Hey guys, welcome back to the newest podcast. I'm your host, Bernard Shamow, with my co-host, Dominic Shaba, bringing you all things entrepreneurial, entertainment, and of course, value add. We're going to be hosting a slew of guests in the upcoming weeks from anywhere in all different sectors, all different facets, highly successful people, highly motivational people, and yes, value add. Before we get started, I want to send a special shout out to MI Homes. We are at their Powell Ridge community, stunning $1 million homes. Thank you to Nick Walls and Elizabeth Poppleton for allowing us. They got a fantastic community just down the street over at the Townsend Autumn Park. Fantastic community. MI Homes. Be sure to
beautiful.
check them out.
Beautiful.
I know you saw some of their work.
Yeah.
Dom, good to have you.
Always glad to be here. I'm glad we're doing this, man.
I love it. We've been talking about it for a while.
It's a long time coming. I'm excited for what we're going to have. The guests we're going to have on. I think people are going to be interested in what they have to say, their come-ups, their wins and losses, how they made it, and why they're doing what they're doing. Entrepreneur-based, whether it's restaurants, businesses, real estate, brokers, and all that type of stuff in our community.
Super excited. I know when we were talking, we were going over some of the potential list of speakers. So excited to bring that in the upcoming weeks. Let's dive right into it, man. Good to see you again.
Thank you, man.
I know we work hand in hand, but a little bit different setting. So
yeah, this is a little bit more personal, right?
For sure.
Get to probing questions. Now, I have a few questions for you as so people get to know you and me and same both and kind of an intro video of what we're doing here and why we're doing it and in your background. Now, you're born and raised here in Michigan. You've had your whole life here, huh?
Sure. Born and raised in Michigan. Spent my entire life here, except I would say probably about 5 years. We did some time in Minneapolis, my wife and I.
I'm excited to hear about that. That's an adventure, yeah.
It's a different change from what we're used to maybe in Michigan, but that was absolutely entertaining. Really been in hospitality my entire life, Dom. I've always been in the people business.
The customer service.
I
know Home Depot was a big part at a time, same as me.
Coming up as a young age, started off as a bellhop in the hospitality business.
Gotcha.
Did a lot of work for Starwood Hotels.
Nice.
Kind of worked my way up through the chain there and did luxury hotels for about 20 years. We used to travel the country.
Oh, that long, huh?
Yeah.
I didn't know it was 20.
It kind of ages myself, but
it's all right.
Yeah, but it's okay. Did luxury hotels for about 20 years, traveled the country, opening up 5-star hotels for the W brand and the Westin brand.
Oh, nice. Okay.
A lot of fun, man.
Yeah.
A lot of fun. But you're dealing with clients at the highest level. We moved to Minneapolis, my wife and I, who does a lot of freelance work.
What year was that?
2010. 2010.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And came back, was on a leadership position with Home Depot.
Right. I know that.
Again, you got guest satisfaction, you got customer service.
Yeah, all the way around, man.
So it took the talents to the highest level, in my opinion, and that's helping people fulfill the American dream in real estate, man. But going on my 6th year doing that.
You think it goes hand in hand? The customer service between what we learned in corporate and hospitality and hotel, like for example, you think it goes hand in hand with real estate?
No question.
Yeah?
I like to talk about, I'm in the people business, you know.
Right.
With hotels and hospitality, you're always helping people have that comfortable stay. Once you get into retail, you're dealing with issues. You're helping customers in the retail sector find what they want, look for a product that they want. You're also coaching teams. Then you take it to the next level. You're helping most people, as you know.
Yeah.
You had a phenomenal first year, but we'll get into that.
Yeah.
We'll get into that shortly. You're helping people probably make the biggest purchase of their life at that point.
True.
So super exciting.
They get skittish at times, but I see it differently. I have a little different take from the jump from the corporate customer service to real estate.
Yeah.
And my vision of it.
And what do you mean by that?
Real estate's more raw. You know, in the corporate setting, you have there's management, there's people that have your back in case there's an issue, and there's higher ups, and there's phone calls to make. And this.
Let me cut you off. Sounds like you learned the hard way.
Yeah. It was tough, but that's just how I see it. So back to Minneapolis.
Sure.
How long there?
6 years. It's just under 6 years. It came right after, I said earlier, 2010, it was more of a 2006 to 2010, 2011 time frame.
Okay.
Thinking back on that, it was a great 5 years, man. I think the one thing that we talk about is that corporate structure and that corporate alignment. You have that guidance under corporate. When we jump into real estate, we work with great brokerages and teams, but a much different vibe, man. Kind of like you talked about.
It's a different vibe.
You used the word dog eat dog. I know we were in such a competitive market, but Minneapolis was fantastic, man.
And is that like like a stacking point where you're able to go away from friends and family, maybe stack up your career, learn a bunch more, and then come back, rejuvenated, everything's replenished. You come back to Michigan. Is that how you felt about that? I mean, 6 years is a long time. It's a good time just to build up.
Not only would I add to it being a stacking point, I would tell you that it really made me realize, as great as corporate America is, there's always a ceiling. And I'm not even talking a financial ceiling, a salary, which, by the way, is a drug they give you when they don't want you to fulfill your real dream.
Yeah,
you understand what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
If we're helping people at the highest level and there's a cap or a limitation of how many guests you see or how many people you see, and if money's important to you, what you make financially, why not do it where you're doing it on your own?
Right.
So it was that I would tell you window of my life where I was thinking, hey, how can I expand my talent?
The switch flipped, and then you wanted to get going
to a broader spectrum, a bigger audience.
Makes sense. Now we're six years deep.
Sure.
6 years deep in real estate. You love it.
6 years deep in real estate. I love it. It's been a phenomenal 6 years. It has been a rigorous 6 years. We all know what happened with the pandemic and COVID and what that did for buyers and sellers. And our brand, our EXP Elite, Bernard Shamow Real Estate, I think the team that we've been able to put together, we're starting to grow and we're starting to learn.
Little by little.
Every year is a learning phase for us.
Right.
Every year we're getting bigger. Every year we're leveling up, as we say in our business. And the beauty and the blessing behind it is that families were helping, the people were helping.
True.
And yeah, you make a few bucks doing it.
Yeah.
But how can we, myself, obviously, help people grow, help people mentor them, help them build their brand? You and I met how long ago, Dom?
About 6 months, right?
6 months.
Yeah,
do you remember our conversation?
Slightly. It was nerve-wracking at the time.
So I talked to you. I remember everything we said the first time. I looked at you and I said, you told me about your first year.
Right.
Which was a fantastic first year.
Yeah.
I know this is the first time we're talking about it. You had a chip on your shoulder.
A little bit. Yeah.
By the way, you're not from here, correct?
No, not from here. Born and raised in California, San Diego.
Yeah.
I moved here when I was 18.
Yep.
I ran almost same route, corporate world, Home Depot for 6 years.
Yep.
I did Floor & Decor. I grand opened their 2 stores here, and the same switch hit for me. It came to a point where I was just looking at it and I said, I can do this more. I can do more, and I can do it solo. And I wouldn't say the main reason I got into real estate so I don't have a boss, but it is a small percentage of it. And knowing that I'm able to run this by myself. I don't need the support. There is support in real estate, but I don't need the support, right? I had that confidence in me, and the first year did run good.
I tell you, we all need that support.
Yeah, we do.
I tell you, we all need that support.
We do.
Just to kind of touch back, you had a great first year.
Yeah.
You came to me. We had a conversation with a chip on your shoulder. I think at the time you were thinking, hey, I've had a great first year, but I feel like I'm capable of more. I feel like there's more resources.
True.
We had the conversation, and then tell me what you could tell our audience what happens after that.
We started rocking and rolling after that.
Yeah.
The EXP group, welcomed me with open arms.
Sure.
Show you different routes and ways to do things. I was by myself for the first year. It was a struggle learning about the industry, learning the people. A little bit of I wouldn't say culture shock, but eye-opening experiences about how, I don't want to cut deep with this, but how savage the industry can be. Other agents and clients and brokers and stuff like that. So I had to learn very quickly. But then I noticed it's better. It's better with a team. It's better with a team.
100%. And just to give you an idea for those of you that aren't real estate related, because I think what a lot of the podcast is going to bring is different sectors and different facets of every business. So it's
not just going to be real estate. No.
We use the word savage the last couple of years, not to give it a stigma. It's become so cutthroat in the real estate business from a competitive standpoint. Buyers are desperate to buy a home. There's no inventory. There's a month and a half.
True.
You look at a buyer's market is typically 6 months of inventory. Clients want to get the most for their money without paying a commission. So you're balancing all of, as you say, I'm going to use your words, the savageness of that.
Yeah.
You got 80% of realtors their first time without the right guidance. They're doing what? They're falling out of the business.
They are first year,
but you're also getting those replenished. So the competition is out there, and I feel like you have to learn the hard way sometimes. You certainly had that experience.
Yeah, like I said, the first year was bumpy. I had to feel it out by myself, and I wouldn't say I felt a little cocky, but I had some confidence saying I got this.
Yeah.
But then at that end of the first year, you start to feel like you're drowning. And then you look at teams and you look at people consistently posting. You're like, I'm not that. These guys are on a team. Let me talk to a team. Let me think about it. But the first year was tons of trials and tribulations.
Sure.
And another thing I wanted to ask you, if you can remember, how was your first year in that game?
Good question.
Yeah,
it's a good question, and I've shared this before, and I'm glad you brought it up. It was there was turbulence, man. There was turbulence, and I would tell you there was self-inflicted turbulence from a standpoint of, and I would say, look, had success at my previous positions, had continued success at the highest levels of my previous position. I thought I was going to jump into real estate and continue that previous success, and I had a great first year.
Yeah.
But I could have had a phenomenal first year. I thought everything came to me easily, but this was such a different game. The relationship building to me was natural. I helped with those clients.
That's easy.
But I was maybe thinking with a smaller lens of how can I build my brand off. I wasn't thinking with that mindset off the first year. I wanted to prove myself. I wanted to do a lot of volume, gain some credibility in the real estate world, and then focus on building my brand. So by turbulence, I would tell you, having the benefit of hindsight, I did a million things right. I maybe would have focused on starting to build a team a little bit more because I had that mentorship capability. Yeah. And I feel like maybe you were missing some of that on your first year.
Yeah. Brand ambassador. Whatever I see brand ambassador.
Sure.
You're good at with your branding. Pro level with your branding.
Well, shout out to my wife.
Pro level with the branding.
You've been fortunate enough to get to see what she brings to our team as well.
Amazing, man.
Dom, let's shift gears a little bit. We're talking real estate. What's given us, you and me, some excitement? By the way, just not to be overlooked, you're phenomenal second year jumping in this previous 6 months.
Man,
I think there's so much coming up. What's got you up at night, man? Non-real estate related, maybe real estate related.
It is because I'm still new and I'm still fresh and I'm in that same prove yourself kind of realm.
Yeah.
And I just joined the team about 6 months ago. That's another prove myself. I want to be an asset. I want to be an asset to the company. I want to be an asset to myself. I want to get the small things right. I know everyone has told me from the beginning, if you get the small things right, you can build up to, the foundation needs to be built strong so you can build higher from there. That's kind of what's keeping me up. Secondly, we hate to talk about it because this is not a market. We're not going to give you market analysis on this show. I'm not going to sit here and tell you the rates are this and the rates are that. This is not that type of show, but the market I don't know where to look. I haven't been in the game long enough to know that this might be this type of year or next year is going to be this type of year. And I can't foresee the future on that. That's what kind of keeps me up. And I see it as, I want this to be a career. I don't want to have a second gig. Yeah. I don't want to have a third. I'm 110% committed into this, which is why I joined you in the team. As I'm 100% believing in your style of how you do things in real estate. All the chips are in with the elite group for sure. And that's kind of where I'm at now. I don't have much, personally. I'm, single guy. We're working.
Good.
That's all we're doing.
Good. And we've, I think we've delivered and will continue to deliver on a lot of that mentorship. You certainly are an unbelievable asset. Your numbers certainly speak for themselves as well. Well, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Listen, I looking at you. We got the sun blaring in. I got to ask. I've never seen a man as well groomed as you. What's that daily ritual look like with you keeping yourself fully maintained with the hair, the beard, the whole works?
It's every 2 days. You got to shave it.
Is it a 2 day process?
2 day process. No, well, it's every
process.
Yes, every 2 days. Head shaved, beard lined up. Everything has to be according to that. You have to. I wish my hair didn't grow.
Yeah. If
it was up to me, I wish it wasn't there. But you got to keep it clean. Obviously, you made fun of my my breath spray. A mentor.
Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you, you will not find a guy with more. I don't want to call them amenities, but gum and breath mints and toiletries, so to speak, on hand as much as down.
You got to stay clean. I'm a little bit of a thicker individual, so I'm self-conscious. Yeah. I gotta stay fresh. Always got an extra shirt in the car in the summer. But it's part of the brand, right?
Love it.
It's part of the brand. You gotta be the freshest one there at least. I mean, we're talking to people a lot. We're face to face with clients. We're face to face with people in the office, and people want to get close and intimate with you. And the last thing you want is a lasting memory that they have of you, of kind of not something that you look great, but you just smell off.
All day. Appearances, first impression is about appearances all day.
Of course.
Let me ask. Tell me about a little bit personally. Reading any good books, music, favorites, genres, things like that.
I'm on the podcast. I do audiobooks mainly. Yeah. I've gotten off the motivational ones because there's only so much. Here's where I get off motivational stuff. There's only so much you can read until you have to start implementing.
Yeah.
You can read 50 motivational books and then you just gotta start kind of putting the works in. But with getting into real estate and being basically my own boss, right? I don't have to be at work at 9 a.m. I don't have a schedule. So I noticed the first 6 months of it, I was completely taking advantage of that.
Yeah.
Waking up at noon. Yeah. Just cutting on the phones later.
Yeah. Because guess what your competition is doing, brother?
They're up.
They're phoning. They're prospecting. They might be on showings. They might be getting a workout in.
Yes.
Do you know what they're doing? I'm going to tell you what they're doing. If they're getting up and they're getting up at before the sun's up, 5, 6, everybody has a different schedule. They're making their bed.
They got edge.
They're creating a little momentum for themselves that day. They've just made their bed. Mm-hmm. They may have went for a run or went for a workout, created a little more momentum. Yeah. You understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. That is an edge, man. It's the smallest things that give people that advantage. And we don't even know it sometimes.
Yeah, no. And then at the end of that 6 months, I said, man, I've read all those motivational books. Why don't I start implementing some of this stuff? Let's start waking up early.
Practice what you preach. And
I have a workout. I try to work out Monday through Friday, keep it on that. And the only reason I do that is not I'm a little older now. I can care less about, I don't give a shit about how I look physically, right? As long as I look fit enough.
Well, you're always going to care about how you look.
Right. But I'm not like trying to go in like competitions for muscle or like, stuff like that. I run marathons, but I'm trying to keep, what I notice is the working out process is the discipline of it. It trickles throughout your day.
100%.
And not only that,
momentum.
Yes, and mentally, it puts you in a different mindset mentally. When you're out of the house before the sun comes up, you feel like you got the upper hand over 90%. Everyone's sleeping. There's 2 cars on the road. You're doing something. It's a mental thing. Maybe you're really not having the upper hand because maybe you're work full out during the day, but mentally you feel that way. So I'm a huge aspect of the mental benefits of working out. I know you, when I see the snaps and I see all the talk, you're like on the track at like 6 a.m, 5 miles a day, 6 miles a day.
Man, it's that mindset, man. That's my refuge. That is my solace. I get to collect my thoughts. I get to think about what my week looks like, what my day looks like. That is my time.
Is there music on the run, or is it?
Depends where I'm running. Depends where I'm running. That's a fantastic
question. Break it down.
Depends on how the week is. Listen, let's go Spotify. That's my music preference.
Thugging it out on the runs?
No. It depends on the mood. We definitely have some of that type of music. All sorts of genres, hip hop, alternative, country, you name it. There might even be some
tropical
Christian
house
contemporary. Yeah.
Tropical house.
53 chill on BPM.
Yeah.
I don't know if you listen
all day long.
Yeah. But back to kind of what we talked about. That mindset is so important. I just finished a great book. Ed Milet, man. I've been on this Ed Milet binge. Ed Milet, Power of One More. He was the keynote speaker at Max Out. Just, what I do? I have this habit of if I get into a podcaster or if I get into a motivational speaker, I'll binge them. I'll binge them. And he talks about the power of one more. He tells a phenomenal story. I bought 5 copies of the book, gave one to my sister, gave one to a couple buddy of mine. I read mine. And it's
a low-key good gift.
It's an amazing gift. I just might have one for you.
I appreciate it.
And he says stuff that resonates daily. If you do 10 reps, do 10 plus 1 more. If you're running 4 miles, do 4 plus 1 more. He talks about the biggest difference, the gap of that 1 more, the power of 1 more. There's also the 1% more.
I go off that. 1% better every day type of deal.
If that is implemented in your daily life, the difference of being good and great is that difference right there.
Got you.
That's what the people, that's what the talent, that's what the mindset is to get you to that next level. So there's just so much truth into it. And look, it ain't rocket science. I ain't the first one saying it. We know that. Of course,
yeah. Everyone.
But when you read it and it resonates, it really, and you get the mindset right, it really takes you to that next level.
I like that. And I kind of got my routine, my daily routine kind of, I was in a routine when I got with the team. Then I noticed you're doing it very low key. And then when I noticed that you are doing it low key, it's for a purpose and it's a personal purpose and it's working for you. I said, maybe if I get a little bit earlier, do my workout a little, get tighter with my schedule, get tighter with my calls, get tighter with the office, get tighter with the setting. I'll be able to resonate with you on a daily basis when we're working together.
Look, the number one thing that I get asked, to your low key point, is, you know, who's on your radar? Who's on your radar? Who do you want to, you know, whose business do you want to brand yours as? And listen, the low key thing for me, I guess you want from people with
Right.
me.
Yeah.
Me.
Yeah. 100%. 100%.
Me today.
Yeah.
If I woke up at 5:30 today, and yesterday was a little bit later,
Yeah.
I need me. If I'm getting in 5 more prospecting calls today,
It's the 1% better. Yeah.
I'm beating me. If I run a little bit extra, I'm beating me, man. That's what we talk about. And I think what's exciting, we're trying to, so that's on my biggest competition.
Okay.
It's pretty simple for me.
Yeah,
I don't even worry about what anybody else is around me. And also, I think the focus with the team is how are my guys doing?
Yeah.
My brand, my guys is a reflection of everything that we do together.
I see that a lot.
I think you're seeing that a lot too.
I see that a lot out of you.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying I'm surprised. I'm surprised to see it in this industry because there's not many. There's not many that were willing to take on a few members, create a team, and then coach them through what exactly is going on. But you're taking the role, you're taking it well. You're taking it very well. And I feel like there's days that there's 50 questions. I like Bernard's gonna crack today.
No.
And he's gonna slap somebody, but it just doesn't happen. So
Go ahead. Yeah, 100%. Producer was telling me about the mic, so we got to get my repositioned.
We're good.
Now let's get off the cuff before we wrap up. We got some time left. I want to talk about off the cuff things. I do. There's so much excitement that goes through me when I look at the list of some of the talent that we have coming up.
I'm excited.
I'm super excited, man.
I think that people are gonna love to see what these guys and men and women have to say.
100%.
And want the insight. I know people want to know, how did this guy, Vincent Joes, how did it happen? Where did it come from? I'm just using an example, but people want to know the insights because there might be a young kid listening to the podcast saying, oh, wait, man, that's kind of the route that I want to go. I want to do what he's doing. That's what I want to do. But
we have that name. We have a few others in the business that are well known. We have some in the music industry that are well known as well.
That's a fun.
That is a fun one.
About those.
But I got to thinking last night. I started thinking it's everything that goes with everybody that has leveled up, as they say.
Yes.
Their mindset's different. Their mentality's different. How can they outwork the next level? But the most common trait all these guys have is hunger. I found that with myself.
Yeah.
How does that hunger propel you to the next level? How are you leveling up? Because I got news for you. People tell me in the last 2 years or 3 years of my life, they say, Bernard, you've changed. Because I used to be a different Bernard. Let me tell you what I mean by that.
Yeah.
Anytime you get to another level of your life, it
right,
requires a different person of you. I don't need 20 friends anymore.
No.
I don't need 50 people to hang out with. I don't need to go out after every night. Yeah. So if I did change, the change has been massively productive.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
In a good way, yeah.
In a great way. Do you feel like you're starting to see some of that maybe with some of the things you're able to accomplish?
110%.
Yeah.
But you'll see it when you step back that your life starts to get a little bit better into the direction that you thought it wanted to be. Like you want to be this certain individual, and then you don't really want to cut off these people, but you can't be, at the hookah lounge or at the bar. I don't go.
Hookah?
No, I don't.
No,
it's been a long time.
Do you vape?
No.
No vaping.
That too. No vaping.
Yeah.
No vaping. But it's I'm just using it as an example. Like
sure.
I barely go out much anymore. It's not this. I like to go. I love to, but there's just. I like to be up early too.
Yeah.
That whole edge thing means a lot. Like if I'm, 10, 11 o'clock, not in bed, I'm not trying to be a David Goggins here or anything like that. But
hey, Dave is one that's motivating for sure.
Yeah, but it's still that time is like, man, I could go have this time, but then there's times for fun. Here's grandfather's saying, my grandfather said it to me all the time since I was growing up. Fun will always be there. It's never gonna leave you. Vegas will always be there. Miami will always be there. It's not going to fall off the word. So this week, if you have to grind this month, if you have to grind this year, you have to grind. Miami's going to be there next year. Vegas is going to be there next year.
Let me go rapid fire real quick.
Yeah.
5 questions for you. You could give it back if you'd like. Okay.
God.
Weekend, 2-day getaway, Vegas from Miami.
I've never been to Miami.
Okay. So Miami.
It'll probably be Miami, but I love Vegas.
Your new car, is it BMW or Mercedes?
Mercedes.
Okay.
Yeah.
You have to watch a TV show right now. Your favorite one?
Game of Thrones.
Favorite Tupac or Biggie?
Tupac.
Me too. Me too. Me too.
Yeah,
Man.
yeah. You have to keep it.
Yeah.
I'm hometown West Coast. So I hear it since I was since birth. But
last question,
fire.
just on the rapid fire.
Yeah.
$1 million listing or 2 buyers at 500K.
I don't think I'm seasoned enough to pick. I'm hungry. I'm on both.
That's fantastic.
I'm on both of them.
That's a fantastic answer.
I can't tell you which one's better, which one's not, but I'll take all three of them.
Yeah, that's a fantastic answer.
Yeah,
for sure.
I'm glad we're doing this. I'm excited for our guests. I'm excited, guy. Once again, we're going to repeat this. This isn't going to be about us and our real estate tribulations or what we have going on, our market values and stuff like that. But it is going to touch base on those pointers. It is going to touch base on those pointers, and I'm excited for our guests that we're going to have, man.
I love it. I love it. Just to recap, your new podcast, we're going to bring to you entrepreneurship. We're going to bring to you some successful people in all facets and all sectors of the business. We're going to bring to you value. And most importantly, we're going to bring to you what you guys love, and that's entertainment.
Michigan and Detroit based. We're going to love it. They're
and a little bit of California as well.
A little bit of California trickled in.
Hey, man, thank you for allowing us the time to pick each other's brains. I'm super excited about the future. I am your host, Bernard Shamow. That is your co-host, Dominic Shaba. We'll see you guys soon. Take care.
Thank you.